Hey everybody, my name is Philip Shepard. I'm a local real estate agent here in Northwest Arkansas. And today we're going to be talking about something obviously that I work with all the time. And that is what homes are easiest to purchase in Northwest Arkansas. So let's talk about that. Also, I do want to acknowledge the fact that if you've seen my videos before, we're still like week 3, no background. What am I doing? The contractors are working well. I will do an update video here pretty soon about like what's been done. Not a whole lot has been done. We got countertops and stuff, but I kind of want to do like a full preview of the construction of my house when it's kind of all done. But the next step at some point in the future is the background. The white background is pretty boring even for me, so I like to get that finished right away. Once again, guys, if you have been watching my videos or seen my videos, or this is your first time watching, please like the video and subscribe to the channel because I produce content for Northwest Arkansas all week long. So liking and subscribing just makes a big difference, and it makes sure my content goes in front of anyone who's looking to move to Northwest Arkansas. So thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate it. All right, so let's jump right into the content. So this is for the person who is looking to move down to Northwest Arkansas and know that obviously everywhere in America right now, the real estate market is white hot. But there are some homes and style of homes that are available to purchase that are easier in Northwest Arkansas. And the first one that I always recommend if you are moving to Northwest Arkansas to look at is anything with like older style homes with land. Now, one thing to consider is that usually there might be a little bit higher of a price tag because of the fact that there usually is some more acreage attached to the land. But occasionally there are some homes that are, we'll say, like in a relatively newer style house, and they usually come within 1 or 2 acres as well. Usually when you start getting into the 4, 5, 6, 7 acre range, it starts getting a little bit pricier and maybe priced out of your range. But if you are coming down to Northwest Arkansas, don't forget to look at homes with land. And the reason these are a little bit easier to find is the fact a lot of people that are moving to Northwest Arkansas are looking for more of that, like less than a half acre, maybe half acre parcel that they don't have to do a lot of maintenance and keep on. When you do venture into the 1 to 2 acres, there is more maintenance. You know, you have a lot more grass to mow potentially. And so it's usually kind of like a turnoff, so to speak, for buyers when they come down to Northwest Arkansas. It's a little harder to maintain. And so usually if you are moving down here, that 1 to 2 acre house is definitely a little bit easier to get than that, you know, half acre in downtown Bentonville, without a doubt. And the second style house to be looking for if you are wanting to move to Northwest Arkansas and looking for an easier market to get a house in is any home that has some work to be done. Now, a lot of times, and you'll hear me talk about this a little bit later, is the fact that turnkey homes are usually the ones that go off the market the fastest, and also the ones that you're going to be paying way over asking price for. So if you're not interested in competing against multiple offers or paying way over asking price, most of the time, if there's homes that need a little bit of work, new windows, new doors, new paint, any new flooring, usually those are the homes that you can find on the market for a little bit longer that you could probably get for a more affordable price. Now, the one thing to consider is the fact that you might need to get an Airbnb or rent something for 3 months as you do the work inside this house. But it's one of those things where it might be worthwhile to invest into it, buy a cheaper, more affordable home that needs some work, redo the home, and then move into it after you get everything established. And also, that reminds me, I have a 3-day itinerary dedicated for anyone looking to move to Northwest Arkansas. So if you're coming down to Northwest Arkansas and you're, obviously there's so much to do down here, what I went ahead and did is I made a 3-day itinerary for the sports person, for the adventurer, for the sightseer, for the arts and culture person. There's a 3-day itinerary designed for you linked below. So if you're coming down here, definitely download my 3-day itinerary because of the fact there's so much to do. So the 3-day itinerary kind of helps you stay focused on those 3 days and some of the most amazing things you can do in Northwest Arkansas while you're here. Also, when you do come down here, definitely give me a call and we can see some homes and see how far your dollar can go compared to where you're coming from. And the third style of house that you could probably find a little bit easier in Northwest Arkansas is a home in, we'll say, upcoming areas. So up and coming cities might be considered like Pea Ridge, Gravette, Centerton, Prairie Grove, Farmington, Elkins, and even parts of like Garfield, which is kind of closer to Eureka Springs. Those areas are kind of up and coming areas when it comes to Northwest Arkansas. But the disadvantage is that usually it takes about maybe 15 minutes to get inside of like a major city like Fayetteville, Bentonville, or Rogers, or Springdale. And so if you are willing to make that kind of drive and you want to get a house a little farther outside of town, those areas are definitely having some great homes that you can purchase when you are moving down to Northwest Arkansas. And the fourth style house that's a little bit easier to find in Northwest Arkansas, and is similar to what I said before, but there's a little bit of difference, is the fact if you find older homes that need a little bit more updating. Now, an older home around here, might be, 1990, 2000, that's considered an older home. There are still a lot of homes that need a little extra elbow grease and work to get them back up to a more modern style. And a lot of people aren't willing to purchase older homes because sometimes you have weird electrical things or you might have some weird foundational things. That's just a maybe, who knows? And that's up to the home inspector to find out. But sometimes you really find a diamond in the rough, and essentially it just means new flooring, new paint, new, you might need to get rid of that wood paneling, get rid of that popcorn ceiling. And so those are the things that if you're willing to put in some work for an older style home, you can definitely find a home in Northwest Arkansas without having to go against multiple offers and over asking price. And also, side note, this is something to look into as well. When you do buy an older home, let's say with older windows and older amenities like that, is the fact there is some grant programs as well as interesting financing programs done through Ozark, Go, and the other electrical companies here. What they do is they'll come out and actually kind of seal coat your home and do a test on it to see how efficient your home actually like leaks air or doesn't leak air. And so one thing you can do is you can get it tested before you actually move in, and then what they'll do in some cases is they'll grant you money for new windows and new HVAC and all new sorts of things. Or what they'll do as well is they'll give you a really good financing deal so you can finance, the whole part of the home for a really good interest rate. And the reason they do this is because they want all of the homes that are on their grid to be really efficient. And so the more efficiently that they can make these homes, the less draw they have on the grid, which allows them to produce more power for the long term for more people. And lastly, but not least, when it comes to easier homes to find in Northwest Arkansas, new construction is still easy to find with the caveat, it might be 6 to 8 months before they actually finish the home. And it might even be longer than that. So if you're willing to find a rental for 6 months to a year while your home is being built, that is not a problem. There's new construction going up all the time. It's just that wait period is the caveat for the whole situation there. And also I want to end this video about kind of the home that is the hardest to find at the moment. The home that's hardest to find is anywhere between like $250,000 to $350,000, maybe even $400,000 range. That is a turnkey, ready to move in, all redone, quartz or granite countertops, new flooring, new paint, new carpet, whatever the case is, and it's move-in ready. Those are the ones that are hardest to find. Not that they don't exist, but they're hardest to get, I should say, with multiple offers that are offering way over asking price. There are a lot of people asking to put down a lot more cash. So those are the things where it gets into a more interesting situation when it comes to finding a home in that style. If you could focus on one of those 5 homes that I mentioned beforehand, you're in a much better spot if you want to move down to Northwest Arkansas than that, $250,000 to $400,000 range turnkey in specific areas. All right, that's all I have for you guys today. Really appreciate it. Once again, if you are looking to move down to Northwest Arkansas, download my 3-day itinerary, which is linked below. And also, when you do get down here with the 3-day itinerary, give me a call because I can give you the $10 tour and we can see some homes and see how far your dollar will go in Northwest Arkansas compared to where you're coming from. All right, guys, let's see you in the next one.